We are Neha, Gautami, Jayasri, Ravina, Varsha, Sneha of class 10th presenting before you a digital story on the lesson The 100 Dresses written by Elpsor Easter. Vanda was a little girl. She was a Polish girl. Her full name was Vanda Petronsky. Her parents lived in a little American town. The children at Vanda's school were all Americans. They thought that Vanda had a strange name that was not easy to say, so they would make fun of her. Also, Vanda was a poor girl. She always wore a faded blue dress. It looked shabby but clean. Maddie and Peggy were two of the girls in Vanda's class. Peggy would always tease Vanda for her poor dress. She, with a crowd of girls, would surround Vanda and ask jokingly, "Let's watch the Vanda, tell me, how many dresses do you have? You said 100. 100 dresses? And how many pairs of shoes do you have?
60 pairs of shoes, all lined up in my closet.
60 pairs of shoes?
Hey, look at her dress. How shabby, how faded.
It was always Peggy who took the lead in teasing Vanda. Maddie did sometimes feel that they were being cruel to Vanda, but she had not the courage to speak up. However, she wished Peggy could stop teasing Vanda Petronsky. Maddie herself was a poor girl and she knew how badly Vanda could be feeling at their teasing. Once, she tried to write a note to Peggy about this, but then she tore it fearing that she would become a new target for Peggy and the other girls. There was a drawing contest at school for boys and girls. The boys were to draw boats and the girls were to design dresses in colors. From among the girls, everyone thought that Peggy would win the contest because she could draw the faces of film stars and also copy from magazines. But when the results were announced, it was Vanda who had won. She had submitted not one or two designs, but 100, each different from each other. In the opinion of the judges, each one was worthy of winning the prize. But the day when the results were announced, Vanda was not in the class. The next day, there was a letter from Vanda's father that Vanda and her little brother Jake would no longer come to school because they were teased for their funny names. It filled Maddie with deep regret. She cursed herself for remaining silent when Vanda was being teased. That day after school, she and Peggy walked all the way to Vanda's house. They wanted to tell her that she had won the competition and also that one should not go away. But when they reached there, they found that the family had already left. The two girls wrote a letter to Vanda at her old address with the request, "Please forward," written on the envelope. They waited for many weeks, but there was no answer. At Christmas time, the class teacher, Miss Mason, got a letter from Vanda. The teacher read out Vanda's letter to the class. In it, Vanda had written, "I would like that girl Peggy to have the drawing of green dress and her friend Maddie to have the blue one. I would like that girl Peggy to have the drawing of green dress and her friend Maddie to have the blue one." After school, the two girls walked back home with their drawings carefully held in their hands. Maddie put it on their wall in the bedroom. When she looked at it carefully, tears filled her eyes. It was not merely the drawing of a blue dress, her very head, face and mouth was also drawn there. Maddie at once ran to Peggy's house. Peggy had put her drawing face down on the bed. Maddie carefully raised it and studied it. The head and face of this picture looked like Peggy's. Maddie blinked away the tears that came in her eyes.